Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. This is John Blake. We are on episode 100. Wow, that is so good. I'm pumped, so pumped that you tune in and listen each week. I did some research the other day and found out that there are very few episodes that actually get to 100 episodes. So I've got plenty more to come. I really, really want to say thank you for listening up until now. It is very, very, very much appreciated. And I intend to give you some real value today, some resources and some access to me where I can help you to really dial in your sales process and help you to convert more of the inquiries that you get into paying clients, give you a bigger return on your advertising spend, and help you to have a stack more fun in the process. So more about what I'm going to offer in a sec. To start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top 10 most listened to, most popular episodes. So if you have only been listening recently, or even if you've only been listening for the last 6 months, there's a lot to get through. So I'm going to give you the highlight reel, the ones that get the most downloads, the ones that have had the most attention. And I'm going to give you a little bit about each episode so that you know what to expect and you can go and check them out in your own time. So I will start from the earlier episodes and I will go up in order. So episode 50, selling myths. So there are so much that you can read and watch and look at in terms of web pages. There's millions and millions and millions of opinions and angles and ideas out there on sales. And episode 50 explodes some of the selling myths, some of the selling myths that are out there. So it is worthwhile checking it out. There is a lot that is being perpetuated out there that, in my opinion and in my experience, is false. It is valuable to know what those myths are and why they are myths. So episode 50 will tell you all about that. Episode 70 is how to get out of a sales rut. Everybody at some point has been in a sales rut, and it is more mental than anything else. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to happen to you. So episode 70, you could refer back to at any point if you were having a flat month or a flat week or even a flat quarter to get yourself out of that sales rut. And I have honed the process that I talk about in that podcast for over 30 years. I think you'll get a stack out of that. That's episode 70. Episode 46, how to smash time management in 6 easy steps. One of the most popular episodes. One of the most common questions that I get asked is about time management. And the best thing about this particular framework that I share is its simplicity. There are a lot of complicated time management programs out there, and in their complication, they end up being time consuming, which is, of course, counterintuitive for the whole reason that you do time management in the first place. So the framework that you'll learn in episode 46 will be super useful for you. I've found it, again, to be quick and to get great results when I have put that into practice. Episode 48, 5 critical sales mistakes to avoid. Again, if you just avoid these 5 sales mistakes, you will do better. It is so much worth you having a listen and finding out what they are so that you can avoid them. And in avoiding them, you will do better by default. So episode 48 is a really good one for that. 64, the sales conversion ladder. So this explains to you what your sales process should convert at each stage of your sales process's evolution. So it goes all the way from at the bottom, companies that have no sales process and what type of conversion rate you could expect in a company, or when you're selling a product where you've actually got no structured sales process, all the way up to a sales process that will convert at between 60 and 90%. and what you actually have to do at each level to get to the next level. So that one is super useful and has had a lot of downloads. The next one is episode 66. That is 10 sales books that market leaders own that others don't. So these, I have, if you look at my bookshelf, I have hundreds and hundreds of books, not to mention video programs, audio programs, books on my Kindle. There are so many different books that I've got. I have boiled that down to the 10 that I have found to be most useful. This should be an incredibly valuable resource. This is really a curated list of the most powerful books out there on selling, marketing, persuasion, converting more inquiries into paying clients, proven, tried and true methods, not new school swagger, aggression, old school, new school combined to, which really has made up the process that I teach today. So I'm sure that you will get a stack out of that episode. That's episode 66, 10 sales books market leaders own that others don't. Episode 71, areas of focus for business development. So we talk about the 5 areas for business development. They are lead generation, lead nurture, lead conversion, service delivery, and retain, resell, and upsell. And we talk about each of those 5 areas and what you need to be focusing on in each of those to be able to get them to a point where you're really happy with them. Episode 72, 5 power questions to ask in your sales process. These are the most powerful questions I have ever uncovered. And I also explain to you where to ask them in your sales process. I'm sure you get a stack out of that. There's been a ton of people download that particular episode. And episode 79 is all about tonality. So what we know about the tone that you use when you are talking to people on the phone, it accounts for 80% of your communication. Only 20% of your communication relates to the actual words that you use. So tonality is huge in terms of your communication. And episode 87, which is the 10th one, is aggressive versus conversational sales. And the great news is that you don't have to be aggressive to have high conversion rates. And that is something that not many people are aware of. A lot of people think that you need to be aggressive to have high conversion rates when you are selling, and it is total BS. So it shows you what you need to be considering as it relates to each of those 2 approaches and the differences between them. So I am hoping that this episode will be a good reference point that you can use to go back and listen to these top 10 episodes in terms of downloads. Hopefully over the next 100 episodes, there'll be another 10. Or there's sure to be a shift in the 10 most popular ones, but these would be great ones to refer to in terms of the short term to get you to where you need to be and to give you some really, really good resources and reference points for your particular sales, your particular product, your particular sales team, if you've got a team of guys or girls, to help you to continue to constantly improve. So what I wanted to also do was make a really, really valuable offer. So I know that there are a lot of people out there that offer a strategy session, right? So in many cases, a strategy session, in inverted commas, is a sales pitch in disguise. What I want to offer is a process that I put together called a revenue unlock session. So this is literally where I get you on a Zoom call, and what we do is we map out your sales process. This is exactly what I do with brand new clients, brand new paying clients, when they first start with me. And what we do is we get on Zoom, I share my iPad screen with you, and I get you to show me exactly what happens at every stage in your sales process. So this is valuable for yourself if you're a company owner and you've got a team of people that work for you in formulating exactly how you can extract more revenue out of the exact same lead flow that you've got right now. So we start with, okay, what lead sources do you have? And what is the first communication that they get? And how quickly do you contact them after the lead comes in, and what do you send them? And then what happens after that? What happens in that first conversation? What happens after that first conversation? So we map this out right from the initial point that the lead comes into your ecosystem right through to them becoming a client, and then what is it that you are doing to retain them, to resell them, and to upsell them. This is incredibly valuable. It is literally one of, if not the most valuable thing I could do, and that's why I want to limit it to 20 people. So what you need to do is you need to go to this particular website address. John Blake, so John, John Blake, S for Sierra, call, CALL.com. johnblakescall.com. You go there, there is a couple of quick questions to answer. Then you will go to my calendar where you can book a time for us to go through this process. So I will be in contact. I'll send you a Zoom link in the lead up to our session together, and we will go through this process. This will be a way that you can achieve 100% clarity on exactly what's happening in your sales process. And look, if you're not converting more than about 20% or 30%, so if you're converting under 30% of the leads that are coming into your business, then there is a massive untapped opportunity, and we can look and hone in with laser precision on exactly what it is that needs to change in your sales process to lift that up to 40%, 50%, and in some cases we can get it up to 60, 70, and 80%. So that would be a great thing for you to do if you, like I said, have a conversion rate that sits somewhere around that 20 to 30%. There's certainly some room for growth there, and I would really, really look forward to doing that with you. So John Blake's call, JOHN BLAKE, S for Sierra, CALL.com. So that is one resource that I want to make available to you. In addition to that, I've got two other unpublished resources that I want to make available to you. The first one is for business owners who have a sales team. It's called The 5 Biggest Mistakes That Companies Make with Sales Teams, and 4 ways that you can flip them to your advantage. And it's a fantastic resource if you've got a sales team or if you are looking at hiring one. As I said, it's not published anywhere on my website. You need to send me an email. So john@john-blake.com.au, or you can just go to my website, which is just do a Google search for John Blake Sales, and I'll come up and just fill out a contact form and ask for that report. 5 biggest mistakes that companies make with their sales team. The second resource is a brand new one that I developed for trades businesses. So if you have a trades or a construction business and you would like this new report, I've only just finished it. It's called The 4 Biggest Revenue Blockages That Retard Growth in Trades and Construction Businesses, and you can get that the same way. So email me, John, JOHN@john-blake, BLAKE.com.au, or like I said, if you're driving and you don't want to write that down, which you might be, go to my website. So you can go there by just Googling John Blake Sales. I will come up, fill out a contact form, and request that report. Other than that, there's some other free resources and ebooks on my website which you can avail yourself of. Like I said, I really, really wanted to thank you for listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets. I've got more guests coming. I've got a lot more content to cover. The sales landscape is changing. We are finding a big shift to virtual, so there's a whole bunch of different things that you need to consider if you're going to sell virtually, if you are going to attract and convert clients virtually. And there's a stack more content that I have got ready to cover over the rest of 2021. So thanks again, and thank you for listening, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker's Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies to maximize your sales process with new episodes every week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive free no-fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.